Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the podcast. I am so excited to be back here with you guys. I'm here with my 7-week-old, which some of you might see him popping in and out. I just really wanted to get a podcast out to you guys. I have been having so many messages coming through for the month of July, and I've literally been staring at the mic. Messages coming through in general. It's for like ideas for the podcast, and I was just like staring off into the distance at the mic, and it was just collecting dust, and I'm like, okay, we're gonna do this and we're gonna get this podcast out there. So really they wanted to bring through messages for the summer, so summertime messages, really the energy that we're stepping into July. And it's interesting because I did stop and start a few times with him, and I heard, you are the ones to get it done. And this is a message that keeps coming through. You are the one to get it done. You are the ones to get it done. And when I really was tapping into the energy, I was feeling a lot of higher selves coming in. So a lot of higher self connection, really becoming your higher selves, really integrating and embodying your higher self. And that's really what's going to bring about this shift. This shift is here. And another group that was coming through, they called themselves the Cosmic Cheerleaders. It feels like a lot of ancestor energy, your guides, your angels, the galactics is really coming forward to cheer you on this month. And for many, you're going to sit with that and see what that is for you. But it's really about this like energy of encouragement, of cultivating joy and optimism, and really like cheering you on because you're like right there. And there's a really big shift right in front of you, and you are the ones to get it done. And this Cosmic Cheerleading group is hilarious, I think, because, every time, there's always, if you have a newborn or whatever, that there's like a postpartum show that you get into. And mine, I don't like to watch a lot of TV. I'm not really like a TV watcher. I really like to just kind of be in the energy of it all. But there's certain shows that I watch that are mindless. And especially when you're in those like cluster feeding, you've been, you're tired, you're cluster feeding, it's late at night, you just need a little companion by your side. And so this time around, my postpartum show was, I stumbled upon the Dallas Cowboys cheerleading show. And oh my gosh, you guys, I am invested in that show. And obviously I didn't know about it, so I missed the first season. So I binged the first season, heavily invested in it. And then season 2 came out right after. And so I am obsessed. I want to go to a Dallas Cowboys game, not to watch a football game, but to see the cheerleaders. Like, I am there for the cheerleaders. Anyways, so I'm kind of laughing because I feel like this Cosmic Cheerleading group is like kind of a big cosmic insider, a little bit of a cosmic joke, a little insider with me and the Cosmic Cheerleaders. And so I thought it was kind of funny when they came through as the Cosmic Cheerleaders are here for you. So the message is really coming through for summertime, for July. I'm just seeing almost like the sky opening up, the clouds parting, and there's like new gifts, there's abundance, there's clarity coming forward. And I was hearing that the fruit is ripe for picking. And some of you need to hear this because now is the time. The fruit is ripe for picking. It's time to go after it. The shift is here. And, sometimes we need to hear this because if you're in a place where things have been a little bit stagnant or you've been working through some density or whatever, it's like you need to hear that now is the time. You need to hear that it's time to cultivate joy and optimism because now is the time. The fruit is ripe for picking. We are at such a major turning point in your soul's evolution, and a turning point with where we're at. Like, this is the turning point. And I was connecting with the Pleiadians, and they're like, we're at the edges. They said, we're at the edges of our seats right now. This is where it all happens. This is where, we're at the edge of our seats here watching over. And, obviously I'm not talking about the collective chaos that's going on because that is really heating up. And, I just think that I'll briefly touch on this. It's really important for you to really tend to your own nervous systems and really tend to yourself because no one benefits. And This message came through in the 2025 energy update, that no one benefits from you lowering your vibration or being in it for other people. We really need to release the distractions and anchor into our light and really, tend to ourselves right now. So if you are one of those people that is really empathic, it's really important that you have good boundaries. Maybe get grounded, get outside, maybe turning off social media, turning off a lot of the noise, because there's a lot of higher self connection coming through. But not just that, it's like you have to tend to yourself. You can't just watch the news and scroll, and all of that is not going to be helpful for you, especially if you're one of those that are already in tend to be in a dysregulated system. We really need to be regulated. No one benefits from you lowering your vibration or dipping your frequency or any of that. We really need to maintain our fields right now, to hold the field for the collective, right? And so tending to yourself, getting out in nature, taking a break from social media, this is really going to be helpful for you all. And really finding those practices when things get elevated. And I don't want to touch too much on that right now, but they really want you to cultivate this time of joy, of upliftment, like really bringing things into form through joy, through excitement. And rather than because it feels like you're on the edge of something big. And if you felt like you're at the edge of something, they're saying now's the time, and you are the one to get it done, firstly. But this message is really for you because there's something big happening for you, and that can bring up a sense of anxiety, or a lot of these activations coming through can bring up a lot to the surface. And so they're saying, can you come through it with joy, with excitement, rather than anxiety and anxiousness, because we are really shifting out of the in-between and into the new. So there is a lot of big upgrades. There's a big glow up energy happening. This is a time of expansion. So your energy field has been upgraded, and new foundations and a new level is beginning to form. So it's really important to kind of ground into that. So if you've been feeling that unsettled energy, something really big, it's being orchestrated for you, and it's right in front of you. So it really feels like a big turning point energy. And if you ever feel like you're not ready, just remember that you have been training for this for lifetimes. You are more than ready. And I'm just seeing this, there's a send off. There's a pushing off the ledge, your guides, your ancestors, your light team, your higher self is really pushing you off this ledge that you have been standing on. This is a send off moment. This is a time to move on. It's a time to move forward. It's a time to take action on what you've been wanting to do. We are in a brand new energy. And so what got you here may not get you forward. So for some of you, this is actually new guides are coming forward. There's a new level. So your ancestors, these guides that have gotten you here, are now sending you off, because they're saying you've done the work, you've done the clearing, you've set some things in motion, you've learned some difficult lessons, and now it's time to evolve as a soul. You've learned the lessons, and now it's time to send off. It's time to move forward from those lessons, from those experiences. Again, this is about taking action. Some of you, this is a moving on from old lessons and experiences, because there's a massive graduation. You have become the masters. You are the masters now. You've been the student, and now you have, you've mastered these lessons and these tests and these experiences. And now it's time to move forward. It's time to become the teacher, right? It's time to share what you have learned. So there's a lot of throat chakra speaking, sharing your gifts, sharing your messages are really important to start to do this, because you've graduated. You've learn the experiences, and now your guides are giving this gentle boot off the ledge. So a really big important message that coming through for this is focusing your mind. It's time to turn off the sad music, bring through some joy, some upliftment, and really focus your mind to direct your energy towards what you want. So really big mental focus is important. So instead of getting into this, I call it like this drowning moment where you feel like you're drowning, start to really direct your energy, your mindset, your focus towards your desires. Start to really focus your energy on what you want to create, on what you're stepping into, and eliminate that distraction energy. Eliminate they were showing me that they want to like pluck your thoughts, like pluck out these old loops, pluck out these old worries, these old energies that kind of keep you distracted. They're not real. They kind of keep you in this lower loop. It's time to move on from that energy. So tell yourself a new story, focus your mind, becoming aware of your thoughts, because like sitting with it, what thoughts of mine are bringing me chaos and what thoughts of mine are bringing me calm or joy or positivity, because all of this, like this energy of joy and optimism is really key right now, because we want to be taking action from that place, because when we're in this lower frequency, we're kind of in the mud and it's time to kind of pop yourself up for air. So when you have those, when you come up against that feeling, it's just letting those feelings bubble up, letting it be bubbled up to be released, to be witnessed, not to hold on to. And don't get stuck in this, like, why am I feeling this? It's like, it's just coming up to be plucked. It's like a releasing moment. It's not to sit in it or be stuck in it. That's not where you need to be. It's just about letting yourself feel the energy, get curious to release it, because it just wants to be plucked out. It's not like a really dense physical block. All right, it's time to release this effortlessly. Let it be effortless. Another message coming through for this summer is that there's a really big alignment taking place. There's an action piece to this, an alignment, but it's happening through softness, through gentleness, not through force. It's happening through alignment. So when the lightning strikes, they're saying, like, when the lightning strikes, it's time to go for it, because it's going to strike when you least expect it. Don't overthink it. Just do it. Let it be easeful. Let it be effortless, rather than through this like forceful way of doing. You have to align with this currents of energy and where they're taking you. We're going to touch on efficiency, because that's a really big message for this month, for the energy of summer. But you've worked really hard to set things in motion, and there's like a better way. There's a more aligned way of doing things. So it's not through like powering down and force. It's actually the action piece is coming through alignment. When you find yourself in that energy of trying to keep up, trying to do it all, that's kind of your message of, okay, I need to go within. I need to go out in nature. I need to take a deep breath, because you don't need to like force things through. It's actually happening through this energy of alignment, through this current, because you're right on time. So just take a deep breath, turn off the social media, turn off the energy of needing to scroll and keep up. That's really going to help. That's really going to muddy up your fields and your energy. And you really need to be in a clear place, because there's greater clarity opening up for you. I just see these like clouds are parting, and you're right on time. It feels like the stars are aligning. And now this brings me to this message of these connection points. These connection points are, I've been channeling a lot about it. I kind of forgot about it. They're like, you need to start writing down your messages, because your ability to retain information is very minimal right now, which very true. So I kind of forgot about it, but there's something to do with the energy of soul agreements coming forward. So they are saying like, you need to step up to the plate. It's time to fulfill your part of this soul agreement. So now's the time to take action. You were the ones to get it done. But again, this connection point is really, I'd forgotten about it, and then it came through in a client session. I'll link my waitlist. I have a reading waitlist. I'm slowly opening up a few sessions, but kind of a lot's about to change with my business as well. There is these connection points, these moments of destiny, conception point for some of you, conception of a child, connection point among souls. And they show it to me as these like timelines that are intersecting and merging. And so for some of you, this is really like a point of destiny. Something is destined to happen. Something's meant to happen. Or there are people that are part of like your soul family that you're meant to connect with at this time. You're meant to collaborate at this time. And so with that message comes like, it's time to drop your walls. It's time to open your heart. It just feels like a lot of these people are coming in that feel not too good to be true because of what you've been through, but it just feels like you just need to kind of open your heart to these people, because there's a greater orchestration happening. There's a greater reasoning. You're coming together for a higher purpose. They're saying like, get out of your way, like get out of the way, open your heart, because there's some things that have been like written in the stars. There are certain agreements that you've made before coming in. And this is, for some of you, it's like stepping into your greater role, your greater purpose, bringing your creations into form. And for some of you, this is also honing in on this divine connection. So it's a connection point to connect with these, perhaps even new guides. I know the Sirius gateway is opening. There's going to be a lot of energy for that. There's a lot of upgrades happening. Really sitting with that, because there's these intersecting these moments of it's time to step in. Now is your time. Again, this expansion phase is happening. And for some of you, it's going to happen when you least expect it. It may mean different things for different people. So just really sitting with what that is. But again, there's certain karmic points that have been written in the stars for you. And we have to really move beyond that logical thought process of like how this could happen and what you perceive to be possible in a short amount of time, because you are the ones really bringing through this shift. And it's really time to expand. So how can you stretch yourself this summer? How can you move past your limits? How can you really expand your wings? Because it's time to fly. It's time to take off. It's time to take up space energetically, which translate physically. So can you expand your energy? Can you be in your expanded essence? Can you just even imagine like sitting every morning in meditation where you imagine expanding your energy field, because your auric field, your energy field has expanded, it's upgraded, and now it's time for you to take up space. So can you, they say like, if you, like, can you move out of your comfort zone and really step into the bigness of what you're here for? Because it's time to push past the edge of your familiar limits and your familiar boundaries, and really, can you stretch yourself? Can you move past what is comfortable for you? Because if you continue to do this and really expand into your energy and your essence, by the end of July and really by the end of summer, you're going to be in a brand new place, in a brand new vibration. The more that you do this, the more that you step out of your comfort zone. So maybe if you're, this can happen in different ways, right? It's if you just continue to expand your energy and really into who you are now, because a lot of you don't realize where you're at, that you don't really realize that the fruit is right for picking. You don't really realize where you're at because you're so used to being in a specific way, but they're like, whoa, hey, we're at this turning point. You are here for this shift. You're a part of this shift. The shift is here. Your energy field is shifted. Your reality is shifting. So you are ready. It's time to move past those familiar places. Like, okay, this is where I normally stop myself. This is where I normally, it's time to push past that boundary. Because really the new paradigm is here, and they're asking for us this summer, like, what would it mean like to live limitlessly? What would that mean for you? What would be possible? If the impossible was becoming possible, what would it mean for me to be in a limitless place? So if I feel limited, say for example, I have a newborn, I have a 3.5-year-old, actually she's almost 4. I have all these ideas coming through that I want to fulfill. I have my husband's in his busiest time at work. So that feels quite limiting, right? But can I shift my mindset around this? Because there's always a way. If we focus on the problem, that's what we're going to experience. But can we focus on the solution? What feels contracted or what feels expanded, right? So what would that mean to be limitlessly? That I can have it all, that I can shift the paradigm, that I can have my goals, my desires, and my visions happen while also being a parent, while also having all of this. And yes, it's not easy. Yes, but can we shift our mindset instead of just writing it off as like, oh, well, this can't happen. This isn't possible for me. I'll just have to succumb to whatever experience. Or can I open up to this limitless way of being? And that's the paradigm shift, right? It's not about working harder. It's about working smarter and taking the right action. So they want to talk a lot about efficiency, because it's about taking the right actions at the right time and not trying to do everything, but sitting with that higher self connection, sitting with your soul. What feels like the right next thing to do? If I can't do everything, what is God, what is the source, what is my higher self guiding me to do next. Okay. So it's not about doing everything, because we want to have you want to enjoy your experience. You want to have fun, and you can have fun, and you can also create. And in your fun, that is where the creation is going to happen. It's not going to come from this like forceful place, right? So can we lift the vibration, because it's time to really spread your wings. You have these newfound wings, and God's spotlight is shining on you. The spotlight is on you. And some of you, you're looking around trying to figure it out from the world around you, right? But God is shining its spotlight on you. The spotlight is on you now. So instead of looking around, it's like you have to unplug from other people that you're looking out at and let it happen through you, because there's something that is meant to happen through you, and it's part of your own unique experience. You are the ones to bring forward the new way. You are the ones to bring this forward. And this moment is part of your story. It's part of your journey. It's part of what you are going to be sharing. Like, this is the triumph moment, right? So this is why there's so much support around you. There's like your cosmic cheerleaders are here being like, the spotlight is on you. You're looking around at other people and other paths trying to figure it out, but actually it's meant to happen through you. When the lightning strikes, go for it. When you get the hit to reach out to someone, this is also pushing past your comfort zone, right? When you get the hit to do something, this is about you coming from your heart and taking action, reaching out to that person, whatever that may be for you. And that's also showing up to your soul agreements. If you're getting the hit to do something, or you've been sitting on something for a while, you have this urge to do it, that is the lightning strike moment to push past your limits or what is familiar, because you're really going to be rewarded, and the fruit is ripe for picking. So it's ready for you. This is not a time to question it or overthink it. In this energy of like this being a pivotal moment in your story or rewriting the story, I actually was driving past a billboard, a school billboard, and it was like something to do with like, this summer, what is going to be your story? And it was like, yeah, it really sat with it. And I was like, yeah, what is going to be your summertime story? What is going to be this moment of your life? What is this moment of your life and your story going to be? What's it going to be about? You get to write the rules of it. So what is it going to be? Now, the message of efficiency and simplicity is coming through strongly. You may have a lot of things you want to do, or it's about not scattering your energy. It's about simplicity, new structures, and like having that well-oiled machine. So this might be about tending to the foundations to create the new structure, to create the new system. If there's any imbalances in other areas, so the overarching foundation, if you see it as like different buckets or different areas of your life, notice how different buckets in one area affect the whole. So if there's an imbalance in one, that might be what's stopping you from moving forward in the other part that you're trying to move forward in. So just sitting with that energy of like, if you were to imagine like family, friend, whatever it may be, looking into if there's an imbalance in one area, because we want to bring it forward into the whole, right? It's actually, they're showing me this energy of Earth. And in order for all the other planets to ascend, Earth, who is kind of lagging behind, also needs to ascend. And that's why there's so much cosmic support for us right now. So think about it as that. If there's one system that is imbalanced, how is that going to affect the whole, right? So again, everything is through efficiency. It's not about doing everything this summer. It's about doing the right things. And this can include, if you have a busy social life, you have a lot on your plate, it's not about doing everything. So that's about sitting with your higher self and going, what do I really want to do? Where is my soul actually calling me to go? Because if I try to do everything, if I try to be everywhere, that's going to affect my energy field and my energy levels, and I won't be able to show up to the right things that I really need to show up for. So that's about sitting into it and going, okay, where do I actually feel called to do? What do I feel called to show up to this summer? Because you also need to tend to yourself. So instead of maybe trying to half show up to this event here that you really don't want to be at, but you're really being called to do something else, can you show up fully for that other thing? And that's actually where you're going to create more energy. That's actually where alignment's going to happen. It's not through trying to do it all. It's not trying to force your way through it, but it's through efficiency of doing the right things at the right time. So that can also be through business. If you are, a parent and you have kids home at summer, you might not be able to, you might have to adapt your schedule, but it doesn't mean you have to sacrifice your dreams or goals, right? It's just about being smart about the way you work and how can you cultivate that in your everyday life and in going forward, because there are things that are going to pull you at the right time. And that's about sitting with it and going, okay, where am I really being pulled right now? And that is the place of alignment. That's where you're going to really show up fully for that thing. That's where your energy field's going to be nourished by and expanded by, instead of like going, okay, I'm going to this thing, but I don't really feel like I want to do. That's actually an energetic drain. So being really focused in this time and listen to your soul, listen to your energy. And it's about, again, you want to reserve your energy for doing the right things, for showing up to the right things. Summer and the energy that we're in is really about blooming, blossoming, and becoming, because a whole new version of yourself is being birthed. And we're being shifted from that old identity, from that old place into the new energy. And that shift is happening through the embodiment. So really connecting with your future self, with your higher self, letting yourself emerge, letting your soul be bright, because it can't be contained anymore. It's time to move beyond what is being limiting, what is being too constricting, because it's time to spread those wings. Dropping into deep presence and stillness is where this new information, a lot of new gifts and a lot of new wisdom is coming forward. It's ready to rise up. So taking that time to listen, to receive, and step forward, it really feels like really focusing on your own path right now is really going to be beneficial, rather than trying to look at what other people are doing. It's like you are the one. You can't go off what other people are doing, because you are meant to bring forward a new way, and you are part of this shift that's happening. So it's time to get your message out there, ready to step out. And these next 5-6 months are really big. They're really pivotal, and a major paradigm shifting is happening in what is possible. You could wake up in a brand new energy tomorrow. So choosing the things based on who you are now, not on some past version of you, with the old frequency and old dreams, because I feel like new dreams are coming forward. So it's about choosing things and based on who you are now and who you are becoming. This is about breakthrough energy. It's about breaking through of old perceived limitations and stepping into new possibilities and that limitless way of living. So if the impossible were possible, what would it mean to live limitlessly? What would it mean to be able to bend time? That is some questions that you can sit with. It's time to set sail. It's time to move forward. It's time to step in. The shift is here. Thank you so much for being here. I'm so excited to be back with you all. I'd love to hear what you're stepping into, and I hope you enjoyed these messages, and I will speak to you in the next episode.